People of the Purple Butterfly here, otherwise known as People7 on Twitter and YouTube, People elsewhere or the internet. My soaps located PurpleButterfly-soaps.myshopify.com, my blog, PurpleButterfly-people.blogspot.com. And y'all remember the reclaimed wig? It's a couple of videos back. Basically, I removed all the hair off of the challenge wig and reclaimed the full lace cap that was under it. Well, this is how it looks now. I started a new wig. This is human hair. It's dyed to match my hair. And I went on ahead and put a perimeter around where all the edge stitches was. This is literally the sideburns from the extensions I made, which is what I'm going to do with the extension hair. I'm going to make a new full lace wig out of the same hair. In other words, this hair. Obviously, I can't do it right now because that was the sideburns, and literally I am out of hair because I'm wearing the rest of it today. So basically, I'm going to retrieve the hair from here and ventilate it onto there, and it averages a month to 3 months when I make a full lace wig, depending on how fast I go. Since basically all I'm doing is filling in the blanks, the cap doesn't need the lace cut or anything like that. It should go rather quickly. But let me see if I get close up. The only place I didn't go right to the edge is in the front, because that's usually a 1/4 inch when the wig is fully full of hair. There's like just a little 1/4 inch where I attach it, but everything else I literally went right to the edge. And this is what I got so far, and as you can tell, that's a full lace wig. This is a full lace cap. I also removed those stitches that were white and orange and put some brown thread on there, so that way when it's completely done, it'll completely blend in. No one will see it because it is literally the color of the cap. The cap is the color of my skin because I dyed it that color. Yes. Anyway, thought I'd keep you up to date on that. My daughter just got back from her Rise Her I Am Woman Summit. She did an awesome speech. She sent me the speech from, well, somebody took a video of her doing the speech. She sent me the link. I basically watched it and said, hey, I have screen record. So I recorded the speech. So if she doesn't post it, I have a copy of it. I'll post it for her. So yeah, it was awesome. I'm so proud of her. As for the baby, JCon got washed by me for 2 days, or actually no, 3. And then his uncle, which is my son, and then her best friend. Basically, she took the week that she was going to be in Georgia and split it into 3 shifts, so that way nobody's overwhelmed with watching the baby. He's adorable, and I've been a mom for 50-some years and a grandma for half of that. I know what to do when it comes to baby watching, so you know. But basically, she built that in to give me a break, and then she had to plan her around Earl's schedule because when I'm not available, he's available, but he also has a full-time job. And then, you know, best friend has a work schedule too, so basically she had him for the weekend. And today is Monday. He's at daycare right now, And by the time he's off of daycare, I'll get the grandbaby back. Yay! And spoil him right again. Because, you know, jet lag is real. She was nonstop the whole week. She did at least 2 speeches. But I only have a copy of the one. I almost guarantee you at this exact moment, she's at her house like this. So when it's time to pick the baby up from daycare, I'm going to pick him up and watch the baby and give her a break so she can get some sleep. And yeah, if she lets me, which she probably will. In the meantime, I just thought I'd keep you up to date. I'm going to start on the full lace pink wig. And this is probably going to be the last time I add hair to this wig. It's just going to be permanent. Unless, you know, there's a patch needed somewhere. And then I'll just, you know, fill in the hairs as needed. But yeah. And all of this was one bundle, you know. So hopefully I can get this done in one bundle. If not, because, you know, the best made plans doesn't always come to fruition. If not, there's a local source for the hair. So, you know, I know the brand. I know how much it's going to cost for another bundle. It was blonde. All I had to do was dye it. The hair I had before that, as you could tell from, you know, watching all the videos that came before the challenge wig, that hair was natural black or natural brown, and one of the bundles was box dyed or something, and they basically lied on the label. So when it came time to bleach the hair, most of it bleached and some of it didn't, and it was just a whole process getting it light. Couldn't even get it blonde, just had to try to get it light so that way I could dye it. And yeah, when it came to bleaching, that made the wig very, very weak. The hair kept coming out, and finally I just gave up and said, you know what, I'm gonna reclaim the wig. And that's when I did the video, I think it's 3 videos back, where I took Nair and literally removed all the hair. And that's how I got the wig cap back. And now I'm just gonna continue on and do what I do. I'm not in anybody's rush or hurry, because first of all, the wig is going to be for me, so I don't have to worry about deadlines or time schedules and all that. And secondly, it's what I do for relaxation. So, you know, I seen somebody when I was watching one of Marquetta Breslin's videos. She's now she went from a braiding industry, she was a braider and a hairdresser, to a full lace wig entrepreneur. She made her own course on how to do what she does. I already knew how to ventilate at that point, but you know, like when you do something and somebody else does the same thing, you confab, you know, you watch other videos or whatever. It's like I'm a soap maker. I still watch soap making videos from my friends, you know, because they might have an innovation that helps you go faster, or a technique that helps you, you know, tighten your knots or whatever. So basically, I mean, like Sharon O, when she did the, I did a full lace wig in 2 days. I took that as a challenge. I don't move that quickly. Her fingers look like the Bionic Woman. And that's fine for her. That's what she does for a living. I do this for fun. So if my hands start cramping up, or it takes me longer, or life happens and I put it down for a week or 2 and then come back to it, that's fine too. But that, you know, lengthens my average. So basically it takes me a month, sometimes 3. The longest it took me to ever make a wig was 3 months and 1 day. And that's fine too. I wanted it done before Christmas. It was done before Christmas. I was good with that. So, you know. And then I deconstructed that wig too. That's on the video way back when too. But in the meantime, that's what you do. So I'm watching one of my quotas videos, and somebody said something silly, which means they were either really, really new, or they were trying to troll, or they just simply didn't get it. So they said, why don't you get one of those machines that just puts the hair on the wig? Two things wrong with that statement. One, the machine that person was talking about, because apparently they scan videos instead of actually watch the videos, that machine permanently puts hair on a mannequin. You can't do that with a laser wig because, you know, all the knots, and it has to come off so you can put it on your head. The way that machine works, it literally injects the hair into your mannequin head, your canvas blockhead or whatever, and now it's stuck there permanently. It's a machine used for when, you know how you see hairstylists, they have a mannequin there, they style the mannequin, they cut the hair or whatever, and then next time you see them, they have a whole new head full of hair on the mannequin. Well, that's what they use to replace the hair. They just literally inject the hair into the mannequin so that way they could continue on. That's not made for, you know, ventilating full lace wigs. That's done by hand. That's how come every time you see a full lace wig advertisement, it says hand knotted. You know, because a full lace wig is usually done by hand, by one person or a couple of people that might be taking shifts, depending on if they're doing it themselves or the industry type. And yeah, I wouldn't want somebody working on a wig that I'm working on, because if their knots are too loose or they're using a different method than I use, it will irritate me because I'm OCD and I do things certain ways. And the second thing that was wrong with that statement, you know, and I told her, I said, that's for, you know, injection into a mannequin. And two, what's the fun in that? And everybody jumped on that second statement. Yeah, what's the fun in that? I do this for enjoyment. I do this for this and the other. Basically, the troll got embarrassed about the little stupid comment she made, and she disappeared off of the live. So, you know. But she should have stuck around and learned some stuff. Because, you know, we were talking about ventilation directions, so forth, so on. Not how to ventilate, but which direction that you take your knots, depending on what part. I mean, that's like when I ventilate a wig in the middle, I put a whorl, you know, and in other words, all the stitches are going in a circle, because that's how my hair actually grows. Every wig I ventilate, for me anyway, is based on how my hair grows. I got a video on that too. But if I'm making a video for someone else, I mean a wig for somebody else, I'm going to take the head mode, which is, you know, basically mass, shall we say, of their actual head. I'm going to write down, okay, her hair grows this way. There was a, you know, some of it goes back this way. I'm going to put arrows so that way when I ventilate, I can ventilate it in the pattern that their hair grows. So that way when they comb it or whatever, it's going to be a natural feel because it's based on their natural existence. Okay? It's like there are some people that have calyx. Calyx are basically whorls that got cut short, so when their hair grows out, if it grows out a certain way, when you comb it, it goes back. If it's too short, then it just sticks up right there while the rest of their hair is laying down. Basically, a calyx is a whorl. I know people that have double whorls, so when they comb their hair a certain way, you got these two little tufts of hair that are going in the opposite directions. Looks really neat, but they can't stand it. How do I get rid of this? I said, wet it, put some gel on it, and comb it against the grain, and let it dry that way. Don't touch it. Because, and that's another thing. It's like, I got curly hair. People with curly hair, most of them already know, once you set it the way you want it, don't touch it, because the moment you do, curly hair is friendly. One curly strand of hair is going to say hi to another, and now you have a tangle, and those hairs are going to hang on for dear life because, hey, I ain't seen you in a while. I ain't seen you either. Hey, let's hang out. Tangle. So when you get your hair the way you want it, don't touch it. And then it won't tangle for that whole day. Now when it comes time to wash it, comb it, detangle, yeah, that's where that detangling comes in, because now it done got wet and the hair done went to the other hair, and you know, especially if you sleep, it rubs against each other. So yeah, tangles happen. That happens with straight hair too. But especially in curly hair, when you get the curls exactly the way you want it, you brushed it, you put a little gel on it, your ringlets are ringling, let them ring. Don't comb through it like, oh, I'm just going to adjust the hairstyle, because now the curls are going to separate from the clumps, and now you got frizz. So yeah. And not everybody knows about 1401, so when they do the let's comb out my curls, now they got frizz. Now they're trying to figure out how to get the style back without having to wet it all over again, re-gel it, blow dry it, etc., etc., etc. You know, it's like, I got my hair the way I want it, I ain't touching it. Now, when I want to play in my hair, that's when I'm going to grab this and play in this, or do something different, but I know not to touch my hair, because then I will have to redo my hair. And I don't know if you know about detangling naturally curly hair, especially when the curls are really tight. That can be an all-day thing sometimes. I don't have time for all day. I just did this, you know? Anyway, I do crack me up. Anyway, and that's true. Anyway, you are now up to date. This is People7 on Twitter and YouTube, People elsewhere on the internet. My soaps located PurpleButterfly-soaps.myshopify.com. My blog, PurpleButterfly-people.blogspot.com. Y'all stay blessed, stay tuned. Bye now. I am fed. I have paid bills. I'm going to go get myself a treat. Starbucks, here I come. Y'all stay blessed, stay tuned. Catch y'all in the next time.